Hey there and happy Friday. Just decided to put my glasses on so that I could see what I was doing better for you guys, and now I think it just made my hair go crazy. Let's pretend it didn't. Okay, so yesterday, sorry I kind of clonked out on you. I said I'd be with you for a Facebook Live crafting session, and needed to meet my son like almost an hour one way and then get back home, do a funeral visitation, and then head an hour the other way for something with my husband. And it's just like my whole day got away from me, and I've been home all day today, and it just hasn't seemed less crazy for whatever reason, catching up on stuff. Hey there, Lisa, good to chat with you today. And I shouldn't say it's crazy, it's been good, because when I see Lisa pop on, then it's like I have talked to several of you today, and texts or phone calls or emails. It's been a busy day with that, but that is the favorite part of my job. And so I wouldn't have it any other way if you know me at all. So I am here with card number 2 for September's virtual stamp camp. And I love bringing in Halloween ideas to you in September, so that if you like something, you can order it. If you need products to complete your cards, I like to get that before it would have happened to sell out or something. So here is the Cutest Halloween suite. And I always laugh when I say the cutest. It makes it sound like nothing's ever been cuter, but that's the name of the products. It's the Cutest Halloween suite, and so I kind of like that it ties in with some really cute things. So let me put down my iPad here so that if you guys have questions, you can see it. Let's get my camera turned around, and it is Friday night. Like technically, it's already like evening. Kind of, so if you guys watch this on replay throughout the weekend, that is just fine too. So here is the Halloween card. Some of you love Halloween, so I'm always like struggling with doing a balance. Like I'm not going to this month do like overkill in Halloween cards. Like this will probably be my only Halloween card. And I'll do fall cards. And so for my Halloween lovers, I am getting something out here for you. And for those that are like, Halloween's okay, this is all that it's going to be. It's not going to be like half of your 10 cards isn't going to be Halloween, so don't worry about that. And I try to make it really cute so it didn't look too scary. Okay, so the stamp set, you can get the stamp set and the punch as a bundle, and these two things bundled together are $31.50. So really big stamp set here, and everything that I'm stamping today is from the set. I kept pulling out more and more stamps because there was just so many fun things to add. So, and then these 3 punches punch out the ghost, the pumpkin, and the cat. So that works out really well. And then the punch also coordinates to punch out a lot of the images. If you remember the tombstones that I made for one of the parties recently, yeah, I just cut out like a cat and a pumpkin out of here, and then the punch did that too. So that would work too. But because I already did that, I'm like, well, let's actually stamp the images so you can see that in action too. Lots of cute paper in here. Like, who thought pink would be so fun for Halloween? And yet here I am doing it in pink for you guys tonight. Hi Arby, hi Pam. So that's the punch bundle. And before I get too far ahead of me, I always like to say where it comes from. So the mini catalog, if you guys don't have a mini catalog or an annual catalog or something, Celebration still has just less than a couple weeks left, or about a couple weeks. If you need one of those, I can pop that in the mail to you ASAP so that you have that. This one actually goes till January 3rd though. So mini catalog, pages 50, 51. And yeah, you can see the cute tombstone boxes that I already made for you guys in a different crafting video. And you can see the whole suite of products. So I'm using the paper, I'm using the bundle of the punch and stamps, I'm using the cute adhesive back stars, and also the black and white gingham ribbon. So tombstone boxes I already used, so I won't tonight. All right, so that is where that comes from. And I feel like I have a bigger workspace today because I'm not using my big shot. I'm using lots of fun punches, which I like to incorporate in my products. I am a punch girl, and I love being able to show you how to use those too. Okay, so I'm going to do just some basic assembly. My card that I'm starting with, the card base, is basic gray, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it's folding this way today for you guys. And then I'm also pulling in some basic black and some basic white for my color scheme, and that's about it. So I'm going to start by just adhering this on. And there was one moment during my project, I'm like, wait a minute, do I have that right side up? But it's a bat. They hang upside down, and that's what it's doing. It's hanging upside down on that purple branch. But yeah, my brain is just a squirrel today. So I had to laugh at thinking it was upside down when it was really a bat, and it should hang that way. Okay, so that pretty cute. It's called Cute Halloween 6x6 Designer Series paper. So this stack is 6x6. So for those of you that like to know, a lot of Stampin' Up's paper is 12x12, but I like to point out when it is a 6x6 pack. So you'll see the difference here. That 6x6, you know, obviously you'll get one big card, and I do lots with the extra little scraps too. Okay, so that's where that comes in. And so I cut that 3.75 by 5, and then the black that I mounted it to is that 1/4 inch. So that's going to be the 1/4 inch in between here, which is 4 by 5 1/4. And before I put that down, I'm going to get some ribbon wrapped around this, because we all know we have to get that ribbon on before we get too far in our projects. And I was debating on which way, like, I should put the sentiment and which sentiment I wanted to use. And I thought, is my ribbon going to go up and down or across? So yeah, put a lot of thought and effort. I think my brain was just like working too hard because it was, I don't know, tired or something. It's ready for the weekend, put it that way. But I was super excited to make this card for you guys, so don't think I wasn't, because I think that was my point. I was so excited that I just wanted it to come together. Do you ever do that? You have all the stuff out and you're like, oh, I just want this to come together right away. Hey there, Rachel. Thanks for joining in. So since I have the ribbon around there, now it's all ready to go on our card base. And I hope you guys all have fun weekend plans. Speaking of weekends, all right, we have football in our forecast, which is always one of my favorite things. Football and stamping, what could be better? Okay, so that puts that's put on there too. So that just ties together. The softness of the pink really makes it softer by adding the dark black and then that basic gray. So the black makes it really pop, and then the gray just kind of softens pink. I always think pink and gray together are just such a great combination. I've always liked that as a combination, like, forever. Okay, so now to build up our little sentiment there, the hey boo, I am going to take next my tailored tag punch, and that's been one of my favorites from the annual catalog for quite some time, actually, since it came out. And Stampin' Up's done a great job with coordinating different stamps that coordinate with that throughout the years, but I just often use it just as a piece to put a sentiment on. And then this one is called the Everyday Label Punch. And this one, you can tell it's been well loved, well worn, and probably lots of scratches and dents from coming to events to see you guys and have you guys use it too. So those are always the fun marks to have on there. So that I'm just going to punch out in black. So we have those two here, and I'm going to then do my stamping. You guys know me, I usually say stamp first, but since this is a photopolymer stamp set, whoops, you don't see the back, sometimes you do. You can see all the images, lots of images in there. Then I'm going to pull out my, excuse me, my stamping mat, and I'm going to open up my Memento Black ink pad, and I'll stamp out the Hey Boo. How fun is that? Hey Boo. Like so with my black ink. So I've got that. I'm just going to set that aside while I work on building up my pumpkin here. So I just have a little strip of basic white, and I'm going to ink that up, my pumpkin. And this is just the frame here. The frame is going to get inked up with the Memento Black as well. Hey there, Tori. Thanks for joining in. Okay, so that I'm putting, and I always have to think, okay, it's going to feed in that way, so I want it towards the top of my strip of paper. I think we all struggle with that depending on how it goes into one of the punches. And then next I'm going to open up my pumpkin pie, which is my go-to orange color for Halloween. I'll pull in different ones for Halloween, but pumpkin pie is such a great fall and Halloween-y color. And once again, with this being photopolymer, it's so easy to get that to line up perfectly Ta-da! I kind of should have said that after I stamped, because what if it wasn't perfect? And then for the stem, I'm just going to follow through with my Old Olive blends, and it's such a small stamp, stem. Excuse me, I need to grab something to drink. Otherwise I'll start coughing. So the stem is actually so small. I'm just using the dark Old Olive because you wouldn't hardly notice if I did my usual light and dark different shades with that. But people like Tori, they are quite the colors. She probably would go through and do that. All right, let's put that in here like so. There. And you could actually color these pumpkins in with blends. So if you are a coloring queen and love to color, the pumpkin would be really cute in blends to have lighter and darker shades on there. But with this, oh good, Tori, you wouldn't. That's good because that makes you sound a little bit more human instead of always perfect. No. All right. So with that, I wanted to show you just how cute the pumpkin alone is. But now I'm going to go with a face here to make it the jack-o'-lantern, and that stamp is just as easy too to line up because of it being a photopolymer stamp. So how fun is that cute little jack-o'-lantern face? And for those of you that, a lot of people that don't like Halloween, don't like the fact that you know, there's jack-o'-lanterns. And so for those of you that just like a quick and easy pumpkin, this is a great one for that too. You can have it be pumpkins. So even after, I also look for dual purpose. After Halloween, you still can use this and line up pumpkins for sending out Thanksgiving or fall themed cards as well. All right, so this is ready to be, actually I'm gonna take it off here because I'm always afraid I'm going to get adhesive on my stamping mat and I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm just gonna put a little bit of adhesive here on my little Hey Boo and center that on, actually I'm gonna offset it just a little bit because I kind of want to cover up that little tag there. So I'm just going to kind of slide it past that, and hopefully your OCD will allow that. It's not too off-centered for here, but just enough because I kind of want this to cover up the other thing there too. So that was my rhyme and reason for the little bit of offset on the one side, because we want to make sure that there's still enough room for the ribbon to show, and then for the sentiment and the pumpkin to all be on there. So I'm lining up dimensionals. I'm kind of putting them towards all four corners so that there's that channel in the middle. I like to leave just that type of a channel for the ribbon to flow through there when I put it on my card. Oops, I got my dimensional backings there. So I'm wanting that to show a little bit, but then I just kind of line this up so it's parallel with the edge of my designer series paper, like so. And then for this, I'm just going to put another dimensional and probably just like one right there on the edge. And you've seen me do this before where I'm only raising half of it and yet putting a little bit of adhesive on the other half. So adhesive here, dimensional there, so that when I put it on there, I always kind of just bring it up and give it a nice little snug push. So now this dimensional is allowing it to be the same height as everything else, and this isn't making it be overly bumpy either. So that'll help too for mailing and such. So now to finish the card, this suite comes with those great cute stars adhesive back sequins. So they come in the pumpkin pie color. This is technically Highland Heather, but I call it the chameleon color because when I put it like with basic gray and such, it's almost like it takes on that color, and of course basic black here. And I kind of want to show you, like I'm not even using the gray or the Highland Heather, excuse me, but it just kind of is a nice little, it does, I guess, actually look like that little branch more. But if I use it on the back, it kind of looks like it's meant to be like gray. So I like to show you that too because I feel like it really coordinates well. But what I am going to use is just black and pumpkin pie. So I'll start with the bigger black star being heavy and weighted, so we want to put that on the bottom. and then a small pumpkin pie star there, and a small black one back over here. So we'll put 3 different stars on there, kind of lining that up that way. The pumpkin, good question, Shelly. So the stamp I used for the pumpkin is this one, and it's from the Cutest Halloween. So if you go back to the beginning, you'll see what actual page it's from the mini catalog. But this is the punch, the 3 images that punch out with the coordinating Cutest Halloween stamp set. So that's where that's from. I love it when you guys ask questions like that too. So because maybe somebody else has that same question. So that's it for embellishments. And then for the inside, what I'm putting together I thought was really cute is the sentiment, "You put a smile on my face." So I'll just stamp that out kind of towards the top, just in basic black. But then I thought, oh, there's some cute little candy corns, and Tori's watching, and I know that Tori loves candy corns. I like the idea of candy corns, and so there's a couple stamps. One is a single candy corn, and like if you wanted to put like a whole like little border of candy corns, that would be super cute. And then there's this one that has 3 candy corns. So how I line this up on my stamp is because there's no ink on there, I just kind of put the 3 over on one side, and then this one I'm going to put over kind of at an angle there, because that's where I know, I'm going to put it closer to the camera, because that's where I know I'm going to want this to stamp out. So once I've got that laying there, and actually you can see like, oops, well, I was going to say it's kind of sticky, so it'll kind of stick on there, and then as soon as I say that, it falls off. That has been how my whole day has went, you guys. All right. So then when I press down with my my block here, my clear block, then you'll see, obviously there was no ink on there, but now I have that perfectly positioned so that I can come back to my pumpkin pie ink pad here and just give it a little bit of a dot, dot, not a lot, and then kind of line those back up like so and give it a good press, and then everything will be lined up like so. So then if you want to make multiples, they'll be in position to do that. And I just love that little trail of candy around the sentiment, kind of a fun little inside there. So how do you remember all that stuff? Yeah, well, Tori, I have, if anybody knows me well, I have a really crazy memory, and sometimes I have to watch it because it scares people when I do remember a lot of stuff about them. But yeah, I do remember that. So yeah, and I don't care for the taste of the candy corn, but I love the looks of it. Like I would even make like the cute little party mix that would have it in, just because it adds such a cute look to it. But I would eat everything but the candy corn if I were to eat that too. All right, so how fun of an inside. You put a smile on my face. So it says, "Hey boo, you put a smile on my face." There we go. And thanks for sharing this, Pam. Great. So like I said, cute paper. And I think I struggled just a tad with putting orange, like the pumpkin pie, with the pink, but it was also being tied together with the pumpkins on the background too. So normally I just wouldn't put these colors together, but I think it's just really fun how it did come together. And this gingham ribbon is so cute. I've used it for so many different occasions where it has tied in so well. So that is good to know for you guys too. So let me get my camera turned around and share with you what's upcoming. So next week I will be back with you right away on Monday, and I'll be bringing you card number 3 out of 10 for September stamp camp, and that'll probably be in the afternoon, I am assuming. And so I will get, you know, just keep going with this whole stamp camp theme, virtual stamp camp for September, and how you can get my cards. So I'm only on 2 now, so you might wait to make your decision, but that brings me to another point. So I only have limited supplies of this paper, and so depending on how many people sign up, you might get this exact card, or you might get a similar substitute from that same pack of paper that is going to look really similar, but whoever signs up first gets my first set of however many cards will fit that. Like yesterday's card, I can make lots and lots and lots, and usually that's not a problem, and maybe this won't be either, but I never know by the time the end of the month comes how many people are going to sign up. It's always kind of that fun surprise, like how many people wanted it. So how you get my 10 cards is you can let me know, and and you can pay $25 for the set of 10 cards, and that includes shipping or local delivery if you're close to me. If you have something that you need to order anyway, if your order comes to a minimum of $75 and you connect this host code or let me know that you want to use this host code, then your cards are free. You get all 10 for free with a $75 order. Some of you, because it's celebration, have been ordering lots of bigger orders and lots of things, and so then I let you pick. If your order is over 150 or more, then you get to choose if you want my cards or if you want to go with Host Rewards, which Stampin' Up! Is letting you have too. But either way, it's celebration, and you'll get that for every $50 you spend. You don't have to choose Belle's cards or celebration. You'll definitely get that. It's just the Host Rewards or my cards that you have to pick or choose. Some people have chosen Host Rewards, and then they contact me and say, I still want your cards. So then they pay for the cards that way and get the Host Rewards as an added benefit from Stampin' Up! So that's how that works for those of you that are new to my whole virtual stamp camp spiel here. So have a great weekend. See you guys on Monday. Take care.